Hello there everybody, welcome to another video by me, Mr. Drone. It is, just checking the date, it is Wednesday the 11th of December 2024, here at the Everton Stadium, second home, down at Bramley-Moore Dock. Here to cover some of your questions, comments from my video that I did on Monday. I got up in the air Monday as soon as that flight restriction was lifted due to the HMS Prince of Wales being in town. It was lifted at 4 PM. I was up in the air at 4:10, and we had a little look at the stadium. A lot of you agreed with me that quite a lot had been done in the week that the flight restriction was on, but I got quite a few comments, things to look at, so I'm gonna get up in the air now, have a look around, share some information as well, some more information that I've gathered as well about that leak. Okay, let's get up in the air and have a look. Okay everybody, you can see we're already up in the air there, looking straight at the East Stand and Plaza. As I open my messages now, just make a start with your questions and comments. So first up here we have Rob H I7W says, great video Nick. I noticed that all the barriers that were used on the east side, the ones used to form a footpath which all the workers had to stay within, have now all been cleared away. Hope that makes sense. A sure sign that construction is fully completed. Okay, Rob, it makes perfect sense, mate. Let's move in. Go a bit closer. There was all like red barriers, wasn't there, that they obviously had to stay within, even going right up to like site entrances in there. But you're right, that was just that noise was me messing with the focus. You're right, Rob, they're gone. There's some there, obviously packed away, a few barriers here and there. A few down there, but you are right, Rob, it is, that was very evident from not evident, obvious from the video the other day, wasn't it? As I said, it's the best way I can describe it, as you've probably heard me say a lot of the times, is it just looks really clean, like a really clean site and finished site. But yeah, they've definitely all gone there. Still waiting for those statues. I think Everton must be putting those statues on there, on these points, mustn't they? There's a little bit of work going on down there, just finishing off. That's where that dock wall was, so they're probably still doing maybe a little bit of patching there. But yeah, Rob, absolutely right. They are all gone. Nice one for that, buddy. Moving on. So here we go. I've got Toffee, who says, now I wanted to bring this up because I've got some information stroke clarification, so let's just come out to have a little look at the stadium whilst I read it. So Toffee says, the reaction last week to the flooding clip was quite hilarious, honestly. Imagine a bit of rain coming into a structure which isn't finished yet, nor is it going to be used for 8 months, but I suppose they have to cling on to something. They all said it would never get built in the first place, now it's flown up, and they're that desperate to see relegated or anything to do with it go wrong, and it's cause they're scared. Sad people. Okay, so when you say they, I assume you're talking about Liverpool fans, mate, or anybody who's a bit jealous about the stadium, maybe. I think you know there's an element of truth in there, but I will move on. I said to you the other day in my video that I assumed that it was just the siphonage drainage system that just wasn't yet complete or switched on or whatever, because we had it before when there was a big downpour of rain, didn't we, a couple of months ago, and that was the explanation. So I did reach out to a couple of people at Lang O'Rourke who work on the stadium, and I got this. I just asked, was it the same thing? And here's the comments I got back. Yes, of course, someone captured it at the worst moment and rushed to share the news online, which is a shame. It's not a problem. The area was cleared very quickly and no damage. It was a huge downpour in a short space of time, and we hadn't finished the final connections in the southwest quadrant siphonic system, so the volume of water was too great for the temporary outlets and overspilled into the upper terrace and then found its way to the vomitory staircase. Systems will be completed this week as planned. Okay, so there you go. It said southwest as well. I actually thought it was the northeast. The shots they come in, but it said southwest. No damage was caused, so it was in there. It was in there, and it doesn't look like they're, it's not like they've got loads of people there doing work or anything, fixing any damages or anything like that. So there you go. That was the clarification from them that it is the siphonage system, due to be completed this week as planned, and nothing to worry about at all. Okay. Moving on, I did also get just reading a few messages out, but I did also get some info regarding Handover that says they're now doing the final clean, snagging and inspections and have completed testing to all the services installed on the project. We will be doing a final demonstration test on the project-wide site life safety systems and then hand it over to Everton. Hopefully this will be the 20th of December or maybe even earlier. After that, Everton will do their own works and will be responsible for everything happening at Bramall Dock until the stadium opens for football at the start of the 25-26 season. Their scope includes the Everton Way, paving, fit out of the hospitality bars, signage, branding and completion to the fit out within the hydraulic engine house. The club will also be carrying out test events ahead of the stadium opening. Okay, so there you go, just a little bit of extra info about the handover there, which is we believe is planned for the 20th of December. Okay, moving on, we've got Colin WX7KZ excuse me, who says the stadium withstood the high winds. Really good news for everyone who have been working on it. It passed its first test. Colin, I wanted to bring that up because I think that's a great point that you've made there. It did withstand its first test. That was a lot of wind that we had over the weekend with that storm Dara, and there's no damage reported at all. And the wind coming down off the Mersey, honestly, it was horrendous. If you're not in the northwest, storm Dara, it was one of the worst storms, especially wind, that I've ever felt. To be honest with you, it was really bad. Horrendous. And Colin, you're absolutely right, the stadium withstood it. And as far as we know, there was videos as soon as there was that, the water that was recorded straight away and put up online. So if there was any damage, I'm sure the same would have happened. So that's a great point, Colin, and again, testament to the builders, the planners, everybody involved. It's such a good point, and that they should be praised. Well done, mate. Well said, Colin. Moving on, I've got Matter. Still got to do the final flat roof covering below the barrel cladding on the east and west. Doesn't seem to be a lot of time to do that. If the date for the handover, the 20th, is intended to be stuck to, I would have thought that would take at least a couple of weeks to do, but I guess we'll see. You're right, so we're talking down here these sections. Excuse me, guys. But we've got Colin Gilbanks, I think, says, does everything like that need to be completed prior to any official handover though? I'm sure Lango Rock can hand over to FC for internal fit out to commence, whilst Lango Rock still had the finishing touches externally. I doubt these things are set in stone, or there can't be any crossover of work between the two parties. It's a really good point, that, Colin. So we're talking about these areas here, and it's that, and we've got one the other end and the south west up the other corner. It's all the same, but we're looking at them. I think they're being covered in a protective screed. I'm informed now it's going to be grey, not black as we were expecting. But anyway, it's a good point there that Colin said that, you know, bits like that. Okay, handover means Everton take control of the site and are responsible for everything then. It's the official handover of the site. But it looks like they're doing some work here anyway. But yeah, Colin, I'd say you're right that doesn't mean that Langer Road just have to completely walk off site and be gone. It just means it's controlled by Everton. It's been officially handed over to Everton, and there might be a few jobs. There's certainly going to be some snags on a site like this, I can imagine. But yeah, we're waiting for them to be done still, matter. But don't think it's a massive, one of these massive things, you know. I don't really know much about construction, obviously, but yeah, I'm guessing, like Colin said, does it have to be done? Moving on, I've got Joe McGovern who says, oh god, we're moving back to the northeast. Let's just move back around. I'll get on to Joe McGovern's comments right now, but I need to get in position first. I'm going to come down a bit as well, I think. And we're looking at these. So, Joe McGovern has said, it is scaffolding that you see on the northeast roof corner. Tube and fitting scaffold. I've been wondering what is it for. It must be something they are doing inside the building. I was a scaffolder for over 30 years. That's how I know. Keep up the good work, Mr. Drone. I've been watching your post from the beginning. Seems looking brilliant, isn't it? It is, Joe, yeah. And thanks for your commentary regarding this. So you're saying this is scaffolding. Let's move in closer. I've got the zoom on, guys, so I'm not actually as close to the stadium as you'd think. I'm also like 80 metres in the air. So, I've got David Badcock says, Joe, yes, I'd agree it's scaffolding, as seen on a previous video elsewhere. And in this video, it's about 2:45 minutes, it's possible to just make out through the barrel cladding temporary scaffolding towers around some of the large vertical steels towards the northern end of the east stand. Mansard roof, as they seem to stop at about the connection with the cantilever trusses. The most likely reason is for some steels repainting, but some imagine it's to do with the siphonic water retention system. Can't really see them through here, David. Alright guys, you okay? Cheers guys, thanks a lot. So you said you can just about see. Can't see anything through there at the moment. They're not on my screen anyway. Maybe in the dark, you know, when it was a bit dark and there were lights inside, it was easier to see, David. But okay, so we're thinking it's scaffolding inside, do we? And yeah, David, I think you're right. It could certainly be painting or working on that drainage system. But it looks like we've got solid confirmation as to what a lot of people thought. It is scaffolding. Just trying to have a look what they're doing there. Okay, if I get any info as to exactly what it's for, I will of course let you know. Right, where are we now? Thanks for that, Joe, and for your response, David. Okay guys, sorry, just changed battery quickly there. So we're now going to move round to the south, because I believe our next comments and questions to cover relate to the south stand. Just have a look at it whilst we get up there though. It's looking stunning, isn't it? Love having a look at the way you can see like the grass, the pitch through. the glass on both sides as well. That's the north and the south, it's like that. Anyway, getting into position now as I move on to my next comment, which is from David Badcock, that says, nice one, Nick. Points of interest. At 7:39 minutes, we can see that they fitted the last two panels on the southwest end of the viewing gallery. Yeah, all done here now, David, isn't it? All completed, all barrel cladded, and that looks like it's done now, completely done, which is great. You've also said at 7:49 minutes we can see that they've installed benches between the pairs of large wind baffles along the edge of the south concourse. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, so they have. Sorry about that beeping noise. Like I say, it's me just gaining focus, because when you zoom in you just have to switch focus a bit. Yeah, a couple of benches. Good spot that, David. I didn't know there was benches going in there. They've got that section ready for the Everton way as well, haven't they? God, little tickle in my throat today. I really do apologise. Yeah, they're getting that ready. Yeah, David, thanks a lot. Like I say, I didn't know they were putting in benches there. Appreciate that.
5 months.
Okay, moving on. I've got Andrew Keegan, let's get up and over, who says the edges of the pitch are still looking patchy. Hopefully with the lamps on it'll look right soon enough. Another great video, Nick. Not sure what I'll watch once the stadium opens. Not sure what I'll do, mate. No, I do really. I've got a few things planned. I went to see the HMS Prince of Wales yesterday and stopped at the stadium on the way home. I think you have to see it to appreciate just how big it actually looks. So Andrew, I couldn't agree more regarding the fact that you have to come and see it. I've said this so much during my time down here at the stadium. You know, the pictures and video and drone shots just don't do it justice when you get down here and look, especially when you approach from the from the top of Blackstone, or even coming down the docks from the pier head. It's huge. It just really stands out, and I just don't think the pictures can ever do it justice the way the naked eye can. You're right about the edges. I wouldn't think it's a problem, mate. To be honest with you, it can't be, can it? Surely, they know what they're doing, don't they? So it can't be much of an issue. You all right, lads? Take your point, though, mate. The very edges aren't as green as the rest. But look, it's not long been like seeded and that. So let's give it some time. Thanks for your comment, though, mate. Really appreciate it, especially about like the size of the stadium. You are totally right with that. Moving on, I've got Ian Concannon, who says, Nick, I want to know what they're up to in those... Oh, goodness me. I want to know what they're up to in those Lango Rourke offices. Can the drone buzz round their windows? So Ian, no, it can't. Well, it can, but I'm not going to. Like, you don't see anything through these type of windows anyway. So I'm not going to buzz round windows because I don't do that kind of thing with my drones. There's a name for people that do that sort of stuff. But what they're doing in there, there's loads in there. massive changing rooms section, massive toilets area. And for when I went in for my, I don't think I shared this before, when I went in for my tour, I had my camera and that on, and went into the toilet still with my camera on, and probably looked like a pure weird. I didn't mean to, I just forgot I had it on. A bit overwhelmed by the whole thing. So yeah, anyway, I didn't post it, like, obviously, deleted whatever I recorded by accident. Not that I recorded anything, but so yeah, they've got, like I say, massive offices. They're building the stadium, mate. You know, there's a lot of planning in that, a lot of different departments of planning in there. Then they've got, like I say, they've got this big boardroom area there, which looks over the stadium, which is great. They've got the big immersive studio, which tells you a lot about the stadium, and you can do a lot of different interaction with it. There's loads in there. Ian, you know, not up to anything untoward, mate. Nothing worth buzzing around windows for, like. But yeah, cheers, mate. Thank you. Gave me a giggle, that one. That's why I left it in. And moving on, last but not least, I've got P. Fishwick, who says they should, I love this one, P. Fishwick, who says they should allow 20,000 fans in for the last game at Goodison and stream it in Bramley-Moore Dock. And a few people have put, I only included a few, but Greg said that's a great idea. Would be a great test for stadium, some revenue too. Issue, I guess, would be policing, as they would need GP, but no away fans. £20 a head, 400k, easy money, food, drink and merch. It's a fantastic idea, an absolutely brilliant idea. In fact, get onto the club with that one, mate. I'll be up for it myself. I'd be up for it, although I'm going to be at Goodison for the last game, like, but still, I'll be up for them doing it. I think it's a great idea, that one, and I think a lot of people do as well. Let us know what you think regarding that. And anybody from Everton watching, that's a great idea. A load of Everton fans would be interested in that. I think it's a really, really fantastic idea. In fact, I'm going to contact Everton today, P. Fishwick, with that idea. I'm going to reach out to my contact there, who I've been talking to, you know, about the stadium and that since I've been covering it, and I'm going to pitch that to them and say they should do it. Watch this space. Thanks for the suggestion, mate. So guys, we're going to finish up there. Okay guys, there you go. That was my midweek video, the 11th of December 2024. It's the morning as well, it's about 10 AM, just so you know. Some people like to know the time. Some great comments and questions there. What did you think about that last one, guys? About the idea of the final game at Goodison being streamed in there and people out in to watch. I think it's a great idea. I'm going to put it over to Everton. But everybody else, thank you so much for your questions and comments. I'll be getting it down here to do a full fly around at the weekend, and I will be covering the Arsenal game as well in my studio, doing a live watch along, 3 PM Saturday. I'll be live from about 2:30, so catch me on that. We have a live chat as well that you can enjoy, get involved with if you want. It's always quite a good laugh. Hopefully we score a goal, because since I've started doing the live watch alongs, Everton haven't scored a goal for me. I've had nothing to cheer for, so yeah, hopefully this is the time. But the Arsenal game's going to be a tough one, isn't it? Anyway, guys, listen, I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope you enjoyed some of the information I shared, some of the questions and comments. Yeah, please like, share, subscribe. Back here at the weekend to do a full fly around. Catch me live watching the Arsenal game too. Take care, everybody. Bye now.